Yep.
Hey, welcome to Watercooler. Thank you so much for tuning in and hanging out with us this week. You know how the show goes. I, Chris Locks, I'm on a kick it with my Corolla digital buds of yesteryear. With me today, all the way in Austin, Texas, it's Matt Fondelier.
Hey, brother.
Hi, Matt. And then all the way in North Hollywood, California, it's Mike Dawson.
Cuckoo, ka-choo.
Cuckoo, ka-frickin' choo. You said it best. And then, of course, all the way in
John
Orange.
Lennon said it best.
He said.
No.
Who was
Rick
the walrus?
Derringer. Rick Derringer said that, dude. Totally different dude.
I thought Mike Dawson said it the best. That's why I made that statement.
Although you are thinking of I am the Eggman, I am the Walrus.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm thinking of Rock and Roll Hoochie Coo.
Ah, okay.
I thought Dawson made that up completely. And that was just a Dawson original.
Yeah.
And I was like, he probably said it the best. Because no one else has said it. And then all the way in Orange County, California. Give it up for Gary Smith.
So what's up?
Hi, Gary. And all the way in Long Beach, California, just like me, Mr. Kalen Bean.
What's going on?
Hey, Kalen.
Hey, Chris.
Are you wearing
That 100% is the Beatles. It's not Rick Derringer at all.
Really up for debate.
It's fully John Lennon. Totally correct.
So you're saying that John Lennon said cuckoo ka-choo better than Mike Dawson just said it right now?
And he used different words than Rick Derringer did. Yeah.
Insane.
Yep.
Back in the day when we were producing Susan Pinsky's psychic show.
Who's we?
No, we.
I was producing it. It was called Calling Out, and Susan had this woman who I think was her personal psychic who was on the show quite often, and she told several women that the spirit of John Lennon would appear to them in the form of a feather. And so every time either my wife and I walk into a room and there's a feather sitting on the floor, I go, oh my God, John Lennon's here.
Yeah.
Be on your best behavior.
John, he's fucking watching us.
John Lennon just poked me through this pillow.
Yeah. He's fucking, yeah.
Yeah, and we've all been to Matt's house. We don't know how many feathers he has on his floor. Like we've talked about it. We mentioned that, right? Yeah, we've done that on the show.
Oh yeah.
It's insane.
I know you guys call me Feather Floor behind my back.
Dude. Freaking gloves.
Who told him?
Don't
gloves
pretend
is
like
feather
you don't.
floor is just out of control. Too many feathers on your floor, dude. I know something you're trying out, but I just don't think it worked. But anyway, I remember that psychic. I remember Matt. Is that podcast still available? Can we find it anywhere?
Hope
That's
not.
a great question. I'm gonna look right now.
Yeah, we should find it because there's an episode Gary.
It could
that
be
Gary was on and I was on.
You know, Podcast One has millions of podcasts. I wouldn't be surprised if it's one of them.
Don't get me started. Take this. Let's save that for the
I mean, you
meetup.
don't you have to go through some kind of effort to get it taken down? Isn't it kind of
Yeah.
live forever on the archive?
I mean, if you want it to disappear, just have Adam Carolla ask me to find it on the internet, and I
Right.
swear it's probably been scrubbed from
Hey,
the net.
Susan
Wow.
Pinsky has a podcast to this day called Calling Out.
There you go.
It also has a website.
Yeah, it's a whole thing. Good for her. Hell yeah.
So it's still going.
Oh, and you know what? It goes all the way back to 2015. So you know what, ladies and germs, you could absolutely find many references to John Lennon.
Oh
and the
my
Feather.
God, she's still doing
could-
current episodes?
That's what I'm saying, bro. Chris, Gary, I think Kalen, maybe even Dawson. You guys were all guests at one point or another. I dragged you guys onto the show. I know for sure Gary and Chris did.
I
You
do
let
not. I
us.
do not remember being on that one.
All right. Well,
I
You
do.
let us be a part of it, Matt,
you're right. You're absolutely right.
and we appreciate
That's
it.
awesome.
Thank you very much. All right, look, we got a lot of show today. Matt has like 3 Chez Fondelays or something like that. I don't know what's going on.
Hang on a second.
Oh, Dawson's telling me to hang on a second.
Hey, what's up, my man?
Hey, what's up, buddy?
How are you?
Hey,
Let's just listen to this.
Yeah,
Fuck
this
it.
is all off camera.
This
One
is our
second, give me one
Fuck.
second.
Let's get mauled by a dog.
I'm so sorry, you guys. God damn it.
No, greet the stranger just
Just
walking
to be
in.
clear, Mike
DoorDash?
just made 4 of us wait for some neighbor that just stopped by.
To his credit, I think he tried to silence his microphone.
But
And he did say verbally before silencing it, hold on, guys.
yeah. How long have we been doing this podcast? How long have we been aware of microphones being on? Ah, well. So I just got back from Santa Barbara this weekend. Big wedding weekend.
Oh yeah, Mikey's wedding.
Mikey got married. It was a lovely, lovely time. Probably the first weekend I've been away from the kid.
That makes so much sense. Chris FaceTimed me with a bunch of his buddies on Friday night. And as I hung up, I was like, how is this kid getting away on a Friday night with like 5 dudes at 9:30 at night? Okay.
I did FaceTime Gary.
This makes a whole lot of sense.
Yeah, we had a lot of.
I was,
I was
happy for
busy.
you.
Yeah, right. That's why you
Well,
tried me first.
There was a
And
very
then-
specific reason, Matt. It was they were all getting into the zins.
Oh, I was gonna make a joke. I was gonna make a joke and say Zin.
Oh no, there's no joke needed. There's
No joke whatsoever. That's the
freaking-
reality of
The
our
Zin pouches were making the round, and I was like, Gary did this. Gary. And then Gary's just holding his up. We were holding ours up. You know, I went double horseshoe, dude. Right in the gums.
I mean, double horseshoe with a 3 though. So let's calm down.
I didn't do double horseshoe. I could barely go. I could barely go 45 seconds, but still, it was a great time. You know, the dance floor went off. I have a theory that parents, like, they just go extra hard when they don't have their kids because they don't get to have this opportunity as much, so they seize it. And yeah,
Is that your theory, or is that the groom's theory from your bachelor party?
I mean,
Theory. I just feel like I heard a similar thing said before your bachelor party that there was a fear that all the dads were going to go too hard.
the dads go hard. Dads
They
go
do.
hard. Yeah, so it was really fun.
You don't have to
Beautiful.
tell us what, but anything scandalous?
There was, and I guess it's not really scandalous, but they went really traditional to where the new thing with weddings is you take all of your pictures before, and then you can hang out during the cocktail party. So you don't actually see your bride for the very first time as she walks down the aisle. You see her beforehand. They even get pictures of that, but you knock them all out so you can go and enjoy the party that you spent a lot of money on.
That's not that
And-
new. That's how my wedding went.
I say new, like our generation.
Oh, okay.
But they didn't do that. So the wedding started, Mikey went up there, and this is in I wish I remember the bar's name, but it's like, oh, you would probably know this bar, Dawson. They're known for their tri-tip sandwiches just north of Santa Barbara.
Santa Maria,
No. Cold Springs Tavern.
Cold Spring Tavern. Yeah.
You know Cold Springs Tavern?
Played there.
Beautiful.
Bunch of times.
See, Dawson's played there a bunch of times. Beautiful,
Yeah.
beautiful place. So, but the way you have to get up there is you go up a windy road, and there's no service. It's pretty interesting. So anyway, we're all over there. Mikey walks up there. The officiant greets everybody, and now it's time for the bride to walk down, and there is no sign of her.
Wait a second. I'm sorry. The ceremony was held at this tavern?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. There's like a whole back area, like with
Okay.
beautiful, like in nature. It's cool. And so Mike's just standing there, and I get it. This is gonna be the first.
He's starting to wonder?
Nobody's starting to wonder, but there's a little bit that you're starting to wonder. It's just like
I mean,
it's really taking a while. I mean,
got to enter someone's mind.
Is this gonna be like? Is this gonna be one of those things? And he's just standing there, and I'm just like, I know it's not gonna happen,
Right.
but
Still, you got to. When no one can blow in a text message to say we're running late, you start to wonder.
But the thoughts are, so that part was just like, oh no, hurry. But it's just because her driver got lost. Like, and they had no way to contact anybody as for the time they were going to be there. So I don't know. But anyway, that was probably the most scandalous. The DJ was great. He kind of had a little musical ADD where I did not hear a second verse of any song. It was
that would kill me.
I don't like
Just-
that.
because there is
That's frustrating.
it was a little frustrating, but he was really leaning into a lot of throwbacks. And when you hear the opening riff, like let's relate to Kalen here. When you hear that acoustic guitar to No Scrubs, Kalen, that
Oh yeah, of
or
course.
that um and just the feeling you just get amped,
Yeah.
you just get pumped. Yeah, Kalen knows.
Oh yeah, I'm feeling it
Kalen,
right now, just thinking about
yeah, Kalen,
it.
Kalen's ready to dance right now. Um, yeah, so I think he was trying to just get as much of that feeling as possible, to where you just hear that, oh yeah, let's go, and then after like the first chorus, another banger just comes out, like, all right, sure, and then everyone's just going nuts. But yeah, a
That's
lot
fine
of
for the first 3 songs, but once you get to like the 12th,
I
it's
know
gonna-
I was worried. I was like, this guy's gonna run out of music. Like, there's not gonna be any songs left. But he found them, and it was super super fun.
Do
So
you think he was ADD in that style because he had a lot of music he wanted to get through? Was he trying to impress and be like, look how many fucking songs, how many member
There's a
berries I can fucking throw out there during this?
there's a DJ. His name is Girl Talk, and he used to play at Coachella all the time.
Great.
And Member Berries is exactly right, Dawson. And
Yeah.
he did exactly what Chris is describing, where he would just play and mix together like 20 to 30 seconds of old
Yeah, but-
time songs, and it there was a flow to it all. But I mean, at a certain point, it was like somebody's tuning this radio too much.
Well, they were all mashups too.
Yeah, they
so
were-
the
those-
songs. Yeah.
oh,
those
that's
were
cool.
actual songs. Like, if you got a Girl Talk album, like they actually were songs. And yes, it was 5 songs mixed together, but like he did it in a really artful way where he would like find the right portions of each song to meld together.
And this guy at Mikey's wedding didn't have that artful way. Is that
I
what he-
didn't ask his name. He might have been Girl Talk. I
This-
don't
he's
know what
playing
Girl Talk
weddings.
looks like.
How far the mighty have fallen.
I don't know I don't know what Girl Talk looks like. So maybe it was Girl Talk. But I
Probably
mean,
was.
it was effective because the place was just going nuts the whole time. It was quite the rager. And then somebody was like, "Hey, are there any bears up here?"
No.
And yeah, and the person was like, no bears. And then, not joking, 5 minutes later, a bear crosses the street. Cool. But I figured the odds are that I would get eaten first was very slim, so I continued to party.
Slim.
Yeah.
Why is that?
You would
Well,
call it
because
short odds, right?
there are so many people there. Like, just based on the numbers alone, I don't think I would be the first one to get eaten.
Right.
Dawson.
I know. That's good. I got that one in there under the radar.
You
Clean.
did.
I'm so glad I didn't hear it. I feel
Squeaked
like
it in. I
I'd be-
squeaked it in.
I would have been upset. So anyway, the suit, my suit fit. I wore the exact same suit I wore to my wedding, which I'm just trying to get some mileage out of that. And I was a little nervous putting it on. Like, Jen, for the last 3 weeks, like, you should try your suit. See if
Yeah, see, I don't like
see if
that.
it's still clean. See if it's still clean. I'm like,
Joy has given me
fine.
one of those before, and I did not appreciate it. And then, yes, I forced myself into that suit, and maybe it wasn't comfortable, but there was no way it would move the feet. It
right.
fit. Nothing split when I danced. It's all good.
Jenny was, I mean, she was very nice about it, but she's like, you should just check if it's clean, see if it fits, if it looks good. I'm like, ah.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to do it because I didn't want to know.
She
'Cause
wants to maximize the amounts of time she gets to see you in that suit. That's all it is. She's not seen you in a super nice suit since your wedding. And she's like, let me get an extra one of these.
Oh, that's
So,
what it is. She wants
she
an
wanted
extra,
an extra one.
taste, an extra look, a little freebie.
And the make sure it's clean is a big thing.
No, make sure
If
it's
you
clean.
opened it up that day and there was a spot on it, Jen would have been fucking pissed.
Make sure it's clean is code for make sure it fits, especially if you have a young child. Because everyone puts on a few when you have a young child.
I was, to be honest, I was very nervous to try it on, but man, did it fit. And I have no idea how. And I was very, very happy because I don't think I would have had anything to wear if it didn't fit, because that's like all I have now. And I'm going to get as much mileage as I can out of it. But I get it. I get it. She was very nice about it. And I was just like, all right, this is already a win because I don't have to get dressed. And then, yeah, just super, super fun time. Got back and now I don't know. It was just nice. We never had vacations like that to just get away. So it was cool. And Santa Barbara, I mean,
Where'd you stay?
the food's great. The we stayed at the Best Western Plus. That's where like all the
Upper
friends
State?
stayed. No, the other one.
Chris,
The
I
other
will
one.
say that
The
Closer to
smaller one. No,
downtown.
just kidding.
based on the FaceTime you blew into me, you looked like you guys had a fun crew as usual, and I'm sure you guys had a blast. I'm very jealous. I'm glad it was a success.
Oh yeah, it was awesome. Went to a tiki bar. They did the rehearsal dinner, like the welcome dinner, where they basically took over a whole wine bar.
Nice.
And
Wine bar or tiki bar? Which is it?
well, we did the tiki bar after
Yeah.
the wine bar. We did both.
Okay.
We barred it up. And
A quick story about that Cold Spring Tavern. First time I
Yeah.
ever went there, me and my buddies went hiking, and my friend Jeff knew about the bar, and he decided, I got to take you to this tavern. So we walk in, and there's this one cowboy sitting at the bar, a bartender, and then the three of us. We grab a table, order beers, and sit there for about 10 minutes, just fucking shooting the shit and relaxing. And the guy at the bar looks at the bartender, goes, well, should I start? She's like, yeah, go ahead. He gets up, picks up a guitar, goes up on stage and plays for 40 minutes just for us.
that's awesome.
And he's doing all this wailing and Willie and all kinds of great stuff. And then his second set, the bar is packed. And he asks us during his break, you guys play? And we're like, yeah. And he said, the Wait by the band. Yeah.
Benny's favorite song.
So we split up the verses and fucking went up there and performed at the Cold Spring Tavern the first time I was there.
That's sick.
So many that place is legendary, dude.
Yeah, it is. It is. And I at that wine bar, there's a guy playing guitar and singing really good, and I just hear, because Mikey's dad knows I play. He's like, oh, we have somebody else who here plays. And I'm just like, oh god, oh god.
How do you feel about that?
Wasn't he come up here? I'm like, ah.
You don't want to do it, or do you want to do it?
I didn't want to do it in the sense that like I just didn't want any attention on me or
Right.
anything.
You should have
just
just gone
needed
up there and ripped off your favorite Diddy song. Just change the vibe.
By the way, is that song fully retired now? I probably can't play that anymore, right?
Pending litigation, yes.
Oh yeah, you would know, Gary. I should actually I should be keeping up with you.
I would know nothing,
Oh, okay. But you know people who know nothing.
but I know.
Who knows something?
I know
You
some
know.
things.
Gary
I know some
goes.
things. Look, I know some things. Don't worry about it.
Ooh.
Tyrion Lannister.
Meetup's getting.
Tyrion
he's heating
Lannister
up
once
right now.
said, "I drink and I know things." You know.
I like it.
About it.
I like it. But yeah, so I hear like we got another guy who plays guitar here, and I hear he wants to go up, and so I do it. And I play for about 2 hours. Just freaking. Just kidding. No. I play 2 songs. I play September because they're getting married on 21st, and I play At Last, a little slow dance number.
That's great choice.
And then we're done.
Dude. You didn't
And
even
then
pull
I'm
out
out.
an original, dude. You went
Dude.
straight cover, kept it cool, not about you.
Straight covers. Don't pay
Smart.
attention to me, and yeah, we're
Now,
done. So
Did you consider only playing the first 30 seconds of the song and then playing the other one immediately after?
Yeah.
well,
Well, it was
look,
a welcome dinner. He hadn't realized what the vibe was yet.
yeah, I will. As I said, I personally don't care for it, but man, was it effective. So I don't know. It's like he was the TikTok of DJs. Just
Oh, that's
just,
it.
just
That's
swipe
why.
up. Swipe. The algorithm basically chose the songs right after the other, and just spoke to us. So anyway, it was fun times. All right, look, we got comments here. Do you guys want to roll into some?
Yeah, let's do it.
Do it.
Let's go.
Guys, really got to work that one out. Really got to
Gary.
work that
I
one
liked
out.
it.
What do you mean?
Gary was hover handing over that freaking button the entire time.
That's it though. That's the end of the
Yeah.
bit. I'm not going to torture people for the rest of the show.
I will say also just I hope it doesn't sound like I'm talking crap on that wedding. It was awesome. It was freaking awesome, and yeah, I don't know,
Bro, you
I
didn't
just
say
feel
anything
bad.
that sounded like that. That sounded like a blast.
It was so fun, and congratulations to Mike and Tosh, and may
Yeah,
your
from all of
love
us.
burn hot
That is pretty
for
awesome.
eternity. All righty, let's go to our comments. This is
No,
That was the
it's
first
sexy,
offensive.
really
that was the
sexy
first
advice.
offensive thing you said.
Let's this is our episode last week, Bathroom Booties. These are comments found on our Patreon page because people get ad-free versions of our show if you subscribe to a Patreon for just a few dollars, like a cup of coffee, as Kalen originally says.
Patreon.com/watercooler.
Less than a cup of
Yeah,
coffee.
less than a cup of coffee. Patreon.com/watercooler. Where are you getting coffees that are more than $5?
Starbucks.
and let's
I
point
just got a
out,
cold
A
brew.
cup?
That's
Just
all
a cup?
Just a regular cold brew.
Oh, are you getting the nitro?
No, just
You're
a
just
regular cold brew. That's why, again, I was so shocked that it came out to over $5.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
Neil Pearson. He says, I know we bark here, but I'm into meow meow for Loki.
Hell yeah. He's settling in very nicely. He's putting on some size, and he is cute and sweet as all get up. Big fan.
David Mammoth 69 Smith says, sup scuttlebutts.
So,
Weirdly, the most likes out of any of the comments. So I read it because people seem to like it. Thank you, David. Appreciate you. Ross Scott. Ross writes,
hey, Ross.
Hi, Ross. Ross writes, peanut butter and jelly Eggo sandwich. And Ross, oh yeah,
Yeah, that sounds great.
I'm in.
who wouldn't want that?
That sounds amazing.
I
If you
am.
go- Do you go syrup or no syrup?
I mean, he would have said peanut butter jelly and syrup.
I think yeah. Unless
Yeah,
those
but
Eggos are filled
Eggo-
with syrup.
The Eggo, it's implied. I don't know. I think I'd have to try it both ways.
I'd be more interested if he puts butter on the waffle.
Peanut butter.
Oh,
I am
slow
getting.
down.
I might be getting into fondelier s'mores territory here with just messing with things that are already great.
You are not allowed to. You are verboten.
But
You know how traumatized I've been for years about this? You're done.
I barely remember it. I've never thought about it since. But I am getting. I am really enjoying almond butter and jelly versus peanut butter and jelly. And Jenny is not happy about it.
More disgusting than I could have ever imagined. What is
Gone
happening?
Hollywood.
I
You've
find
gone
it.
Hollywood.
I find it very good. Let's see here. Spencer Smith says amateurs, house fridge and freezer daily use. 21 cubic foot pork/venison freezer, 21 cubic foot beef freezer, 14 cubic foot chicken freezer, barn
Jesus.
fridge drinks, overflow meat in the freezer, and 3 mini fridges for drugs and vaccines.
Wow. I did not know the Monopoly guy listened to our show. This is incredible.
Yeah,
like
what
that.
the hell?
I'm
Spencer,
jealous.
do you
I wanna
live-
eat over there?
Yeah. Spencer, do you live in a bomb shelter? Do you know something that we don't know about? Like, what the hell is going on, dude?
Oh my god.
Oh,
I don't think
That's
that's really that
incredible.
outside the norm for like a hunter though, because like you got to be able to store all that meat.
Yeah.
Did you say
Yeah.
drugs and vaccines in the last one?
3
Yeah.
mini fridges for
Yeah,
drugs and
insulin and
vaccines.
shit.
Who's keeping vaccines just
Dude.
in
Oh,
their
no,
they
house
said
fridge?
vaccines.
So, Kaylin, I'm wondering if this person doesn't own a bunch of animals. Like maybe
Oh, yeah,
owns
okay.
a farm and he's like keeping, the drugs and the vaccines and the stuff that you have to give to all the animals.
That is
Uh,
deductive reasoning. That's critical thinking right there by Gary Patrick Smith. Way to go, Uncle Patch. That's correct. That's got to be the truth.
Just
I feel
saying.
like I've seen Spencer's house in Resident Evil 2. Like, and I was able to just get a bunch of power-ups over there. Like, I don't know, dude. You're freaking me out, the Umbrella Corporation. Neil Pearson says, Chris, to answer your question about bars, you can smoke in Idaho, pretty much every bar other than Boise or Meridian. I live in the next county over. Well, Neil, if I'm going to Idaho, I'm probably going to Boise. I don't know. No, they're
Coeur
fine.
d'Alene, bro. It's beautiful.
Oh yeah, Gary's been. So, yeah, I'm down. Actually, I hear Idaho is quite beautiful. Sathor.
Thor.
Done, sir. Well, my work is done here.
Yeah.
I don't even know why I'm even on the show anymore.
Yeah.
It's been a
Gary-
long week for me. I'm a
Gary,
little
when you get a push alert that says Sathor unsubscribed, you know why. Sathor says no cuckoo talk here. I am from Iceland, so I went on my annual golf trip with my friends in Alicante. I probably didn't say that right. I decided mid-trip to make a stop in London on the way back and spent 3 wonderful days there with my wife. We just landed back home in Iceland, but I'm looking forward to going to Italian Tech Week on Monday in Turin. My name is Saethor, written as Saethor in English. Sea Thor, like the sea god Thor. Oh, I guess it was like Thor.
Yes,
That's a
I've
pretty
read
sweet
this
name.
comment before.
Oh yeah, I guess you're right. So, all right. Well, thank you, Thor. I'm just gonna call you Thor. Sounds like you have a sweet life too. I need to know more about Iceland. I remember the only thing the first I think of 2 things when I think of Iceland. One, it's who the Mighty Ducks beat in the Junior Goodwill Games.
Oh wow,
Yeah, and
True.
then yeah, completely true.
that's pretty strong, dude.
Oh my
I know if
God,
I was from
Dust.
Iceland, I would be stoked if you
It
gave me
went
that
down.
little
It went
tidbit of
down to a
information.
shootout. The last round. It was Gunnar Stahl, and he's going to get up against Goldberg. But then
Yep.
Coach Bombay was like, "No, Goldberg's out. I want Julie Gaffney to go." And Julie's like, "I don't know." And Coach Bombay goes, "No, I know this guy's move.
Sweep the leg.
Yeah, triple deke, and then he's gonna go glove side." And then Julie's like, "Oh, what if he goes 6 side?" He's like, "No, he's fancy. He'll go glove." I get in there, and then in a surprising move, Julie Gaffney goes Gunnar Stahl, just like Coach said,
Glove
shoots
side.
it, glove side.
Yeah.
Took the air out of
was
the room.
forever changed.
Nobody
Yeah.
knew if what happened, where the puck went, and then
Right.
Julie Gaffney, her glove split, and she just tosses the puck in the air. The puck
Oh,
lands.
what an
Junior
ending.
Goodwill Games
Pretty
logo side
risky
up.
move. I
What an
always felt
ending.
like.
I mean,
Couldn't it have just slid into the goal like after it hit the ice? Would that have counted?
It
No.
already stopped. Yeah,
No,
there's like
once the
so many
goalie-
shootout rules.
Once the goalie has like disappeared the puck, that's the end of the play.
Gotcha.
And,
I've played enough NHL. Is it 2K? What's the version we play or that I played before once with you?
I think
Mm.
18.
Allegedly.
Allegedly that we've played before. I've tried some weird stuff in shootouts, and it has stopped me before I could even make a shot because it's like you can't do that.
Yeah.
I tried going behind the net. I tried just stopping and doing the slap shot. There's so many things.
Chris
so
has
many
tried
rules.
going backwards from the red line, which
I have.
is really against the rules.
Yeah. No knuckle pucks even. Let's see here. And then and J. Richard Johnson has said this is how you remind me, so we'll send that over to Matt.
Oh yeah, please do.
And we will get that cut. Now let's go over to our Facebook group, facebook.com/group/Bobo Army Worldwide LLC. That's where you go. It's free to join, answer a few questions, and we might let you in. It's a very easy, my favorite place on the net. Caitlin Cameron. Hi, Caitlin. Welcome. Thank you for leaving a comment. Caitlin, I think you're going to like this one.
All right.
Caitlin has been listening a lot.
This is confusing me.
Like you don't remember writing this, or
Could we enunciate a little bit more on the name of the fan?
Yeah, Caitlin Cameron. Caitlin, I think, yeah, so Caitlin, ready?
Okay.
All right,
you
here
have
we
a
go,
guest on the
Caitlin.
line? Who are you talking to?
No, I'm talking to Caitlin.
what do you
Caitlin,
got, Caitlin?
Caitlin writes, been listening to a lot of Bobo Boys content from Just Fooling About with Michael Bean's interview with Jamie Kennedy to Heroes Behind Headlines and the episode about the greatest gambling story ever told. It's been fun to hear you guys popping in other pods. I was wondering if Chris is working on any other podcasts besides this one, of course. And I'm also listening to Beyond a Reasonable Doubt, Sword and Scale occasionally. Matt, what's the next one you are writing? So I'll go first. I am not currently working on any other podcasts, but I do have plans on working on some. So stay tuned. And then Matt, what about you?
Well, I will say I mentioned in the last couple episodes that it's not a podcast, but a TV show, true crime TV show that I've been writing for. One of my episodes is out right now, season 3, episode 4 of Killer Relationship. It's called Body in the Bayou. So if you want to check that out, you definitely can. And there's another episode of that show coming out probably within the next month or so. I'll let you guys know when that comes out. And in terms of podcasts, I will say that there's Sword and Scale Nightmares, which is like a 30-minute short form version. There's no audio clips, it's just narration. But I wrote a couple episodes of that are out right now. The latest is an episode called Hell. And despite the slap you in the face kind of title, I would highly suggest anybody listen to it. It is not your traditional sword and scale episode. It's a different kind of story.
Can I go ahead and jump in and answer Kaylin's question? Never.
Never.
What does that mean?
Her question was, when's the next episode you're writing coming out?
And
We'll see.
Matt very professionally diverted from the question.
A different line of work, but we give the people
Matt,
what they're really asking for here.
All right, you're
Like-
right. I'm trying to take things to the next level.
And I let you.
It's what I do. Matt did what I do when I get requests for songs I don't know. I'm like, oh, do you know? I'm like, oh, no, you don't. I don't know that one. Sorry, but I do know this one. Do you like that one? You probably like that one. And just like divert, like, oh, I do like that song. I guess like, yeah, you're gonna like it. I think you're gonna love it. And then they love it. So yeah, it's all Jedi mind tricks. And but Gary revealed. You're like that guy. Remember that TV show where the guy would just reveal all the magic tricks? I mean, he's probably dead now. He probably, I don't know.
The Alliance got to him.
You remember? Like he was like
I
masked
remember
magician.
Yeah, exactly. And I would never watch that because he would just destroy everything that is magical and whimsical about the world. Why would you want to know how the tricks are done?
It is now like part of my algorithm where magic revealed magic tricks are
Really?
just showing up in my feed, and it's bothering me.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah. Let's see here. Oh yeah, let's go to more comments for you. We also have a This Is How You Remind Me, which I want to get into. Jim Blake says I moved my oldest into the dorms this weekend. Oh, and he didn't bring shoes, just some flip-flops, like sweats, a few shirts, a laptop, a mini fridge, and the flops. He felt that was good enough for whatever went down during the semester.
All right, so there's very important information missing from this comment.
Arizona.
Where is your son going to school? Because
Yeah.
to Dawson's point, if he is going to Arizona or Arizona State, this is an acceptable choice.
Yeah,
If you're going to UCSB, I don't have a problem with it.
Yeah, UC San Diego, sure. But if he's going to Wisconsin Madison, then we got problems.
Jim, I respectfully disagree. I think you got to have some closed-toed shoes in your arsenal at all times. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I would have to agree with that one.
I mean, you gotta have at least
one pair of
you gotta have
closed-toed
one
shoes.
pair,
Come on.
Yeah.
But
Do you want anybody to take you seriously? Remember
Wait,
what
what are you
how we
saying? People don't take you seriously when you wear
I'm just saying if you wear flip-flops regularly, like remember,
What?
yeah. Do you want anybody to take him seriously? Do you want anybody to respect him?
Yeah, it's like as crazy as wearing pajamas to work.
I don't care. I like having Kalen on my team. Yeah, I disagree. I think he needs some shoes. But like what if he wants to go jogging or something?
I don't know, but here's the other thing that I some of the things I had some of this with my parents, I believe. And the thing that you don't necessarily think about maybe as a parent is he's presumably going to a school where he can find his way to a Target if he needs to get closed-toed shoes. It's not like an ungettable thing. It's not like everything he left with is all he will have to survive on for the next 5 months.
Dude, when's the last time you guys wore Target shoes?
I mean,
I know girls wear them a lot. I don't think I've ever. I don't think I can wear them. I find them too uncomfortable. Maybe my feet are too wide.
I never, but I could have worn them when I was 18.
You guys aren't worried about a bird pooping on them? If you're wearing
Because they're Target
shoes?
They're Target, Matt. Yes. Targets.
Remember Matt was
I don't know.
gonna
When
leave?
I was living in dorms, I didn't really have the money to buy shoes. So Dad's gonna probably end up paying that anyway.
Yeah. Get him some shoes, Jim. Get him shoes. This is not a bad look on him. It's a bad look on you. You're sending your kid off without shoes? Come on, man. But if you're not signed up for our Patreon, do that first. If you have the money for shoes. Let's see here. Steve Filtgen says, I've started to enjoy being a few episodes behind, so when I do catch up, all the comments made here come back to me. It seems like we're having a real-time convo in my head. I love that, Steven.
That's awesome.
Jeffrey Lee actually commented saying, I'm trying to see what the update was to Chris's concrete contractor dilemma. I have one. So I did hire a guy to dig up the planter, and it turns out that the water table in my backyard is too high to where just all this water just kept coming up, and it wasn't from any of the pipes. And it's like, I think it's coming from the ocean. So I don't know what to do now. So I don't know how to, because then all the water that's coming up from under my office might just be coming up from the ground. It's like I think it's coming up from the ground. Yeah. So it's not
That is a
necessarily a
dilemma.
leak.
That's not
Yeah.
ideal.
Yeah, so I don't know what to do. So if anybody has any thoughts, please let me know because we have stopped production on figuring out how to stop the leak because now water is just coming out of the ground. Yeah. California. Let's see here. I think that's it. I think that'll be good enough for now because we got to This Is How You Remind Me. So anyway, thanks again for writing your comments, everybody. We appreciate you. And now you would get a outro if this was Patreon. But now let's go over to This Is How You Remind Me, the segment where people have been going back to our archives because they are now available. They're newly available. That's the sentence. And yeah, so we were different guys back then. We were all in the same room. We sometimes would podcast blindfolded. We would do hot wing challenges.
We're different guys, but then sometimes we listen to a clip and then afterwards we have a conversation that is completely identical to the conversation that is in the archived episode and we don't realize it.
Yeah, that has happened. That will actually become a This Is How You Remind Me in the future. And yeah, it'll be very meta. But anyway, so I'll play the intro and then we'll have Mr. Fondelier set this clip up.
This is how you remind me. This is how you remind me of the podcast you love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so we should also point out that through our Patreon, you can not only listen to regular episodes, but you can tier up to our Movie Club of WC tier. And tomorrow we are recording the
Or
next
you can tier up even further. to our Malo Money Meetup, which also tomorrow.
We're doing both tomorrow, but I mentioned specifically the Movie Club because it's a movie called Shot Caller. And it is a very intense prison drama. And I actually came across this clip from our very podcast. It's from episode 257. It was released in November of 2020. And to set it up, Casey Peters, who actually sings the song for this segment and many of the songs, he posted a relevant Facebook poll. We'll take it from there.
You've been arrested and you have one phone call. Which of the 5 water cooler guys do you call? And there's all 5 of our names. And
I
I'll
was
read.
surprised by this poll.
You were
I
surprised.
was surprised.
I will read them in order from first to worst. Dawson leads with 79 votes.
Really? You know, probably is a good call because I take care of my friends. That is surprising. I would call Chris.
Dawson leads with 79 votes. Then Gary with 41. Then Matt and I are actually tied right now at 20.
Ooh.
And Caitlin has 5.
That's about right.
At least they got something.
And then I was reading some of the comments.
The what?
The comments of the poll. And a lot of people just like they voted for Dawson, but a lot of people who didn't vote for Dawson, they explained why. And they said, because Dawson would be in the cell sitting next to me. A lot of people were saying that. Like,
There you go.
yeah. Who would you guys call? If it was
Of the 5 of you guys?
Yeah, if we were the only 4 other phone numbers you have memorized.
I mean, I would absolutely call Gary with instructions to call Margarigus. That would be
That's a good call.
That might be
I'm gonna take that one too.
Yeah, Gary, we're all calling you, buddy.
Yeah, I think it's a different poll in 2024 than it was
Yeah.
in 2020.
I also, by the way, very impressed with the poll numbers. I don't know if you guys really caught how many people were voting in the polls back in 2020, but that was some pretty good engagement there.
North of 150, yeah, that's pretty good.
Let's pick it up, Facebook group. Come on, let's get a poll going.
Do we not have
many
that
numbers.
many polls? We have polls.
I don't know. It's been a while. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, that's pretty low to me. I think we do. Yeah, we could do way more. I think we do way more. And even our Patreon, we've had some really, really nail biting, incredible polls that people have been like steak versus lasagna.
Yeah,
That was a close one. That was a close one.
That was legendary. I don't even know if that poll's still open, but if you're not part of our Patreon, you got to vote on that because it is tearing my family apart. No, All right. Well, anyway, thanks again to Matt for finding that old classic clip and reminding us that we all need to memorize Gary's phone number. Um, all right. Well, that'll do it for this episode of Watercooler. Why don't we go around the horn and get our plugs in, and then we'll start the Patreon recording. I will throw it over to NoHo CA, Mr. Mike Dawson. What do you suggest we check out?
I suggest you check me out. I'm going to be at Java Station on Friday night in Santa Barbara doing a comedy show with some friends. I think I'm doing a 20-minute set, 15 to 20. So lots of me time. That's Friday night in Santa Barbara. Rad.
Love it. Yeah, go to Santa Barbara. Wonderful place. I was just there. Now someone will be there this weekend. Kalen, what about you?
Just Fooling About podcast. Watch it on YouTube, listen on Spotify, subscribe, and I appreciate all the support. I work pretty hard on that show, so I really do appreciate it.
Yeah, he does. He does work very hard. So yeah, everybody go subscribe to Just Fooling About in wherever you find podcasts or video. Matt, what about you?
Well, we've mentioned it before, but patreon.com/watercooler. It's a great way to support us. It's the only way to support us. And I know we always say it's like an extra episode, but let's face it, it's the second half of the episode. So if you're enjoying what you're listening, we're going to be chatting for another 45 minutes. So stick around and hear what else is going on.
I love it. And Matt is completely
And I got
right.
a TOD, I got a Shay. I'm locked and loaded, baby.
Yeah. See, Matt's come prepared, everybody. So if you want to hear about Matt and some
You got a
tapas he
Todd,
had in
bro.
Europe, what's up?
Todd.
He's got a
That's how
Todd.
Todd.
It's terrifying. I'm
A
just gonna tease it.
A terrifying Todd.
It's
yeah.
terrifying, Todd.
That's a T Todd. Holy
All right.
shit.
We got T-Todd in the Patreon episode, so everybody tune in. And then Gary, what about you?
Yeah, I will plug our Patreon as well, patreon.com/watercooler. As previously stated, tomorrow night we're actually going a little later than usual, so we're going to do our Mala Money meetup for those who qualify at 7:30 p.m. Pacific. And then anyone who hangs for the meetup can also stay and watch us record the movie club on Shot Caller live. And even if you're not going to be a part of that or listening to that, I do suggest the movie Shot Caller. I will say, especially if you're a parent, probably don't start it at 10:30 at night like I did. And then, it's an intense movie, but a very good watch, I would say. So there's a little preview of the movie club, but I have a lot more to say. So patreon.com/watercooler.
All right. Love it. Yeah, please subscribe. And then as for me, follow my band at Loxy Music, LAXI Music, for all of our shows.
Sweet.
On what site?
You're gonna be at Tantalum on
All the
Saturday
sites.
night?
One of the nights in October. Just damn it, Dawson.
3 years of good work flushed down the drain.
October 26th. October 26th. We're taking a little bit of a breather because Mike is going on his honeymoon and I got stuff going on too. So, but yeah, come out to Long Beach and watch us play for a while. All right, that'll do it for this episode of Water Cooler. We'll be back with more Patreon later this week. We love you and goodbye.
Ooh.